Hello everyone, very warm welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the basic character of amines. So, on your screen, you can see a question in which we have been given different kind of compounds and we have to tell which of the compound has the highest basic character and which has the lowest basic character. In short, we have to arrange them in their increasing order or decreasing order of the basic character. So by the end of this video, we will be able to tell that thing. But before that, let's start with the basic things. So how do we tell a chemical compound that whether it is an acid or base? Okay, so there are mainly three concepts to tell whether a chemical compound is an acid or base. So let's start with the first concept. So the first concept is Arrhenius concept. Arrhenius concept, and this is a very basic and simple one. You may have studied this in your class 10th. So according to Arrhenius, any chemical compound, for example, let me take an example A. If A is a chemical compound, and if I put A in water, if I dissolve this in water, and after dissolution, if it gives H positive ions, then we say that this chemical compound A is an acid. And if a chemical substance B on dissolution with water gives hydroxide ions, then it is a base. So this is a very primitive and simple one. Okay. So in the later part of the video, we are going to discuss very high level of acidity and basicity. So please watch the video till the end. So the second concept is given by two scientists, Bronsted and Lowry. So according to them, Bronsted and Lowry concept. So according to them, a chemical substance A or chemical compound A is known to be an acid if that compound accepts the proton. If it accepts the proton, okay, then it is a, I think I've said it wrongly. According to Bronsted and Lowry, if a chemical compound A, if it accepts the proton or proton acceptor, then it is a base. Okay, proton acceptor. If a chemical compound A is a proton acceptor, then it is known as base. And what is a proton acceptor and what is a proton? H positive is also a proton. So a proton acceptor is a base according to Bronsted and Lowry. Okay. So what about an acid? If a chemical compound B is a proton donor, if it gives H positive ions, then it is an acid. Simple. Very similar to Arrhenius. Okay. Let's move to the last concept, but not the least, very important one, Lewis concept. Okay, then this is a very important one. So according to Lewis, a chemical substance A is known to be an acid if it accepts an electron pair. Okay, if it accepts an electron pair. So according to Lewis, a chemical substance is known to be an acid if it accepts an electron pair. For example, AlCl3, aluminium chloride. Aluminium has the vacant orbitals which can accept the electron pairs. Hence, AlCl3 compound, aluminium chloride, is a Lewis acid. Okay. And according to Lewis, a base is which donates the opposite of acid, or donates the electron pair. So according to Lewis, a base is what? Which donates an electron pair, donates the electron pair. Okay, and the example is a very beautiful example is ammonia, NH3, ammonia. Ammonia is a lone pair on nitrogen, and this nitrogen can give this lone pair to any other element or compound which needs it. Okay, and this will act as an base. So these are very basic concepts, three basic concepts: Lewis, Bronsted-Lowry concept, and Arrhenius concept. Okay, so in this video we have to deal with the amines. So for example, if we have a amine, if I take an alkyl amine, RNH2, okay, R is a alkyl group, and if I put this in water, if I dissolve this in water, I will get RNH3 positive plus OH negative. Okay, so this is the reaction when an alkyl amine is dissolved into water, and through this, if I will try to write the equilibrium constant here, so this K will become concentration of the products upon the concentration of the reactants. So let me write the concentration of the products first, and then the concentration of the reactants, RNH2, and here we have water. So in this particular case, water is a pure liquid, so this will get multiplied here, and this will become Kb, as we have already earlier studied that ammonia is a base because the nitrogen contains a lone pair, an extra electron pair which it can donate to some other compound. Okay, so if we multiply this constant water to this equilibrium constant, this will become Kb, and we will get OH negative and RNH3 positive upon RNH2. Okay, and if we try to calculate this Kb, the value of Kb, so how to, if like for example, if we have been given the value of Kb, so how would you tell whether this is a good base or a bad base? So greater the value of Kb, greater the basic compound. More the value of Kb, more is the basic character of that compound. Okay, so there is one more thing. We calculate pKb. So pKb is negative of logarithm of Kb. Okay, so there is a very interesting thing. Lesser the pKb value, more basic is the compound. Lesser the pKb value, more basic is the compound. Greater the value of Kb, more basic is the compound. Okay, so this is the relationship between the basic character and Kb and pKb. Okay, so now let's move on. What if somebody asks you, or in your examination it has been asked, if we have been given alkyl amine and simple ammonia, and we have to tell which between these two has the highest basic character. Okay, so let's understand this in detail. So alkyl amine, in alkyl amine we have N, here is alkyl group, there is hydrogen, here is hydrogen, and we have a lone pair here. Let's do the same for ammonia, NH3. So we have this lone pair. Okay, so in the earlier part of the video we have studied that a basic character is defined by how easily this electron pair, these two electrons, can be donated. Okay, electron pair donator is a base simply. So for example, H positive and a H positive ion is attacking both the compounds. This H positive ion wants to get these two electrons because it is a deficient in electron, and this nitrogen is rich in electron. So we have to tell in which case this electron will more easily be donated. Okay, so let's see in the alkyl group. So this is an alkyl group, and this alkyl group produces plus I effect. Plus I effect. Plus I effect. What is plus I effect? It is an inductive effect because alkyl groups are the electron donating groups. Alkyl group will donates its electron towards nitrogen. Okay, and in these two bonds between nitrogen and hydrogen, nitrogen is more electronegative, so these electrons will move towards the nitrogen because nitrogen is more electronegative element, and this will happen also. So in this particular case, nitrogen will get so many electrons at one small place. That means the electron cloud around the nitrogen will increase heavily. Okay, and we know that if there are so many electrons in a small place, there will be electron repulsion, and due to this, the nitrogen will now try to donate these two electrons to reduce the tension. Okay, so in this particular case, the nitrogen will try to donate these two electrons to this hydrogen so that the tension here, the electron cloud density can get decreased. On this ammonia, we do not have any alkyl group, so we can't see any inductive effect. So in the case of ammonia, there is only electronegativity difference and there is no plus I effect. Hence, in the case of alkyl amine, there is a greater chance of donation of these electrons. Hence, in the basic character, RNH2 is more basic than ammonia. Please keep this in mind. Okay, RNH2 is more basic in nature. RNH2 alkylamine. So let's try to do another question. What we have been given, like another question. What if we have been given like aliphatic amine and aromatic amine? What do you mean by aliphatic amine? Like RNH2, and on the other hand we have been given ARNH2. Okay, so let's take an example. CH3NH2 and NH2, this aniline and methanamine. This is aniline and this is methanamine, and we have to now tell which of these two has the highest basic character. So let's see the arylamine. Let's see the aniline. So in aniline, this particular carbon is sp2 hybridized. Okay, this particular carbon is sp2 hybridized, and because of that this carbon will act as an electron withdrawing group. This carbon will act as an electron withdrawing group. So the electrons, the density, the greater density of electrons which was present on the nitrogen as a lone pair will be attracted towards this carbon. Hence, these two electrons will now not easily get donated because they are being attracted by this carbon. But on the other hand, on the aliphatic part, on the methanamine part, this carbon is simple sp3, and this will act as a simple, they will show the plus I effect. They will simply donate the electron, but here they will withdraw the electron. They are electron withdrawing group. Okay, electron withdrawing group, and these are electron donating group. Okay, so in this particular case, these 2 electrons can easily get be donated. Hence, always aliphatic amines are more basic than the aromatic amines. Okay, so this is the one part of the video, because I am whatever I have told you till now, it is for gaseous state. Please keep this in mind, because this basic character is very complex, because in aqueous state there are few more things which adds up, like solvation effect, steric hindrance, and many more. But I will make another video for that. Okay, for now on, I hope you liked it, like this video. Please like and subscribe also if you enjoyed and liked this video. Okay, so see you in the next part of the video. Okay, bye.